And we are live. What is up, people? It's Aaron the Dog, and I am back with yet another breakdown on Aaron the Dog MMA's channel. This time we're back with MMA wagers. It's been a while, Brandon.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Did we not break something down last week? I think we might have. Bellator. We did
Bellator. I was just making a joke because usually by like Wednesday we've had a breakdown. So
next week we might have two. We got LFA, Bellator. UFC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm anticipating we'll have two. Where last week I covered the LFA both on Friday and Sunday. In the Sunday card, we hit big. Hit Otto Rodriguez at a plus 210, and he made his opponent look like he was a plus 210 underdog. That was after 4 years.
For calling the Bone Theme brothers. Both of them.
Bone brothers, they came through. And the Bone Theme brothers are going to be a name, but yeah, we're here to cover Fury FC 48. It's going down on Sunday, so I'm all about Sunday MMA until football comes back. Might as well.
Even that submission grappling on Sundays is nice with Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, combat sports on a Sunday. You got that boxing match between Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul in Cleveland on a Sunday. Which I won't be breaking down on this channel. Sorry, I'll break down other things much quicker than that. But Fury FC, the Furies have been great. In all seriousness, they're on Fight Pass. The prelims are going to be on Fight Pass as well, so you're not going to have to do the thing that you had to do with LFA, where it was waiting till LFA's Facebook page decided to update, and they didn't even on Sunday because they didn't start till 9 o'clock. It was a mess, but we did it. We did hit
UFC, I think they do their early prelims on Facebook as well. I remember tuning in on Facebook.
I thought they were available on Fight Pass as well, but
they might be. Multiple outlets is always the best way to go.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a very good card, very intriguing card. For the most part, there's information available on the fighters that we're going to be betting on.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. I did all of my breakdowns ahead of time before looking at the lines. I just looked to see if there were lines available because it makes it impossible to do this without that. But
shout out for them dropping lines because they didn't when Dana White was in the building, and we would have cashed big on Fur Padilla.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, Padilla at a minus 600 or whatever that he would.
Yeah, but you could have parlayed. Well,
actually, he was the underdog. I talked to him after the fight. He was actually the underdog against Cameron Graves. I
never saw odds, but that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I talked to him about that, and Fernando Villante, he'll be back on soon. We'll definitely be talking to him, but let's go ahead and hop in.
Debut upcoming.
Yep, against Sean Soriano, very good. But we're gonna hop in here. This is not going to be as in depth as an LFA, perhaps breakdown, or definitely not as a UFC, but we're going to say what we have to say about these fights, make our comments on the lines, and kind of move forward. So it won't be our normal in-depth maybe, but still pretty in-depth, and also the only breakdown on YouTube for Fury FC. So going to our first fight here at 155, we got the Junkyard Dog, Jonathan Gary, Kian Aroot Pojansan, Prime Time he's known as, out of Armenia. 33 years old, however, but 7-3, taking on the 36-year-old, 13-11 Bellator veteran Jonathan Gary. I'll talk about Aroot first. As I said, 7-3, 33 years old, 5'10", fighting out of Elevation Fight Team. Very good team. Coming off of a win off of Joshua Jones. However, that was nearly a couple years ago now, November of 2019. And Joshua Jones is a very well-rounded, good, solid grappler with some decent striking, but the elbows were pretty close to 12-6. Did go back and watch the fight. Very close to illegal elbows. And the fight before that against Dominic Clark, he lost that fight due to an illegal downward knee. So maybe a little bit of some discipline issues when it comes to Aroot, but it's been off for a little while now. He was supposed to come back against Aaron Reeves. Aaron Reeves did withdraw, so Jonathan Gary is taking this fight on short notice. I'm not sure exactly how short the notice is, but Jonathan Gary 24 fight veteran, 26 fight veteran going against 10 fight veteran in Aroot. So Jonathan Gary, junkyard dog here, 36 years old, 5'8" versus 5'10". Has a 3-inch reach disadvantage. Fighting American top team Oklahoma City. Don't know too much about that American fight team or American top team, but he is coming off of 3 straight losses. However, Takahiro Kanawaka was one of them, and Sean Soriano as well, so no shame there. But he did lose to a 14-17 Cody Carrillo in his last fight in April of 2019. He's been off since then. Tried to get a couple fights in 2019 that just fizzled out. One he had to withdraw from, and then one was canceled due to COVID. But he was taking fights against guys like Kiefer Crosby, guys like Kyle Bochniak. He really doesn't seem to shy away from tough competition. You look at, even some of the losses like Sean Soriano, Cody Pfister, Isaac Valley Flag, not terrible, JC Contrell or JC Cotrell. I mean, very high-level competition for a lot of these losses.
Cody Pfister is not high level, but
I mean, he made the UFC. So
yeah, but there's plenty of people that made the UFC that aren't like CM Punk.
Yeah. Just for I meant with regards to
they're notable names, obviously. Yeah.
Notable name would probably be better than high level, but I mean, definitely he's been around for a long time. Jonathan Gary's been around since 2019 April, so definitely a long career here. Aroot, I think, has a significant advantage on the feet, and Jonathan's got to make this a really dirty kind of MMA scrap fest. I think he certainly can do that, and so I think Aroot is a more exciting option here, but I wouldn't really be against going with Jonathan Gary to wrestle a decision.
Oh, your dog barked at the perfect time, because I think Jonathan Gary is going to be a wealthy underdog.
I agree.
Okay, I'll give my 2 cents quick. Jonathan Gary, like you said, is coming in short notice. I don't like that. He looks like a stepping stone opponent, and I think that's going to be the theme of this card. We see a lot of stepping stones. We usually don't break down fight cards with like negative records. I believe there's somebody on this fight card that's 7-8.
Yeah.
So it's
this guy could be 13.
One.
He could be 13-3 as well.
Yeah, it's a very mixed bag on this card. But yeah, Aroot Bogosian is he seems like a good prospect. He's lost to notable names like Dominic Clark. There's another one he lost to. But yeah, he's facing a short notice opponent who is labeled as a stepping stone opponent. So I'm very I don't know. I don't want to say I'm very confident in Aroot, but I like his chances. And by the way, I took a picture here. Brandon Moreno, Jason, his manager is Jason House with Iridium Sports, and he's got multiple fighters on this card. I'm just trying to pull up the picture. I got all these UFC weigh-in photos. Okay, so yeah. Aroot is part of that gang, and we'll get to a lot of other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Iridium fighters are fighting on this card. None of them are against each other, so
I wonder how many of them are favorites also.
Yeah, we might make a huge parlay with the Jason Fight House Iridium fighters.
Yeah, I mean, and in this fight, I guess I was more saying I'd lean Jonathan. I did see the odds. We'll get to the odds now. Minus 370 for Aroot. That's just
Good
tough.
parlay piece.
Is it though? I
think so. The guy's coming in short notice who has almost a negative record. The only thing he has on him is experience.
He does have experience. He's faced a better level of competition. However, he hasn't beat any of those guys. So, yeah, I would just probably pass on this fight. It's a 15-fight card. I don't really feel minus 370 is worth it on a guy who's been off for nearly 2 years, who's pretty much, when I watched him, reminded me a lot of Syed Awad, just like a very good striker who, if it gets into that grappling realm and if he gets on his back, there's some serious, I think, danger. So that's when a minus 370 gets a little less appealing for me. But we got 15 fights, so I am going to be selective. For
And
me, it's
shout out to
dog.
Boston Comments, Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Not vacation, but it's a beautiful day in Barrie, Ontario. So I thought I'd do it outside. Honestly, it's the perfect temperature. I think it's 21 degrees.
Yeah,
So,
which I think that's like 75 degrees Fahrenheit, but I don't
yeah.
really know. But next fight here, this one's going to be a quick breakdown for me because we do have another short. You want to talk about a stepping stone opponent. Now, this is a stepping stone opponent. We have a 39-year-old, 7-8 former heavyweight fighter out of Lamb Striking Academy. He's a sacrificial lamb here in Carlton Little. Little Lamb is what I'll refer to him as, out of Dallas, Texas. Took this fight on short notice. Good for him. He's 6 foot tall, so he's not this like massive heavyweight either. He's lost 2 straight, one of which is to Jorgen De Castro. The next was to Marcus Molding. Marcus Molding was 6-10, and he lost to him in 49 seconds. I think Ty Flores comes out here and maybe looks to use show off a little striking, since might as well. If there's no reason for him to just go in here, get a takedown, and get a rear naked choker and arm triangle, like he can do that. So I would anticipate Ty Flores looks to show off a little bit of a skill here. We definitely know him from the Contender Series. He's still only 27 years old, which is wild to me because, like, even on the Contender Series, I don't know about you, but he looked to me like a mid-30s, like, journeyman MMA, like, in the body. Yet he was 25 on there. So he's just kind of one of these guys, but MMA isn't a bodybuilding show. But, you know, like, another Elevation Fight team member, probably part of that Iridium squad, I would assume. Has a really solid win by a knockout over Eric Murray. As a knockout in his last fight after the Contender Series against Larry Crown in May of this year, was supposed to face Richard Coulter. I think that would have been a much better, more intriguing fight and more useful for Ty Flores to get back to where he wants to be, which is Contender Series or UFC. But it's going to run right through him here. I think this is one of the easiest to call tonight.
Yeah, Aaron, I think you're spot on. Like Carlton Little coming in short notice. What's his age? I never got his
39 and 8 months.
39. This is 205.
He's fighting at I believe it's at 205. Maybe it's a catch weight, and the Tapology hasn't updated it yet. But as of now, it's 205, and he's fought at heavyweight as of his last time out.
Yeah, this should be Ty Flores all day. The only thing I'm worried about is Ty Flores has been knocked out twice in his career, and he's only 26. So I know he took a lot of strikes.
He took a lot of strikes against Dustin Jacoby.
I know. He lost me money, man. I had Dustin Jacoby inside the distance. I'm like, fucking finish him. Let's go.
I had Ty Flores at dog money in that fight, so it didn't feel great after that one. Yeah.
What was it? I think it was 29-28. I think Flores actually notched a round against him.
Yeah, he got the wrestling going at some point, so that's another tick for him. It's just, I really do.
He's fought so much since then. Like he's beat James Bochnovic. He's been in the UFC. Yep. He trains at an Elevation Fight team. That Corey Sandhagen hype right now. That team's going places, man. Like Curtis Blades, Neil Magny. They've been on the team for a while.
Corey Sandhagen, second round TKO. Go ahead and bet that.
That's what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did round 1, but yeah, you might be right. But yeah, Little came in short notice. So yeah, this is a squash match, stepping stone, Ty Flores all day.
Ty Flores minus 750, minus 700 if you shop around on the couple sites it's on.
I don't like parlaying fighters at that price.
Yeah, especially when they've been knocked out twice. And the only way that Lamb is winning is by Carlton is winning. Little Lamb is by going out there and swinging for the first 48 seconds and hoping to catch his
And you never know. It could be a catch weight too, like 215, because Little came in on short notice. So
yeah. Now, next fight. This is always
another one.
This is always a breakdown dream when you see the double Chuck Norris assault rifle pictures. That means we're not going to have a lot to say on this fight, most likely. Between Justice Torres, match. Justice Torres 1-0 against 0-3. 0-3 Jordan Platon. I always wonder what these guys who are 0-3, 0-4, like, and are still doing pro MMA are honestly thinking. Because
Dude, I've seen an 0-28 or like
it's just
get
crazy
a
to me.
paycheck. It's a
This
paycheck.
guy, Jordan Salgado, the Shadow is his nickname. He's 0-3 as a pro, or 0-3 as a pro. Those combined record of his 3 opponents are
No amateur record either.
2-0-1. He also had a low blow stop a fight. Was knocked out in one of the fights in decision in the other 2. That's all I really got. He did fight in 2021, so there's that. He has fought recently. Justice Torres, I was able to watch his fight at least. It was from Fury 46 earlier this year. So against Andrew Slater. He looks like a well-rounded MMA prospect. And
he got a 10-8 round in that fight.
Yeah, he got a 10-8 round. Definitely at this point looking to get the time.
Dominant.
Yeah, had a decent amateur career as well, losing to Gabriel Echeverry, who is another guy from, I believe, CFFC. He's fought a lot. Him and his brother fight over in there in Echeverry's. So has some good experience as an amateur, and I think as a pro, he's going to look to get the finish in this one. So I like Justice Torres by finish of some sort. This one I like as a parlay piece much more.
Yeah, I think you spent way too much time on this fight, to be honest.
Sorry about that.
We'll go Justice Torres, obviously. If you guys don't know Jordan,
only a minus 375 favorite.
I was about to say, like, his odds are better than Ty Flores. So if you're parlaying anybody, it's Justice Torres over Ty Flores. Justice, where does he train from? That's the only thing.
I think I can't.
I know there's some Jackson Wink fighters on here. I don't think he's one of them. Yeah, it doesn't say, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say, and I couldn't really find, but he is training out of Texas, so most likely
UFC favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and you said minus 370?
Yeah, minus 375. That's the same price as the opener.
If you're watching this right now, parlay Justice with Taylor Starling and Paige Van Zandt, you'll get some plus money. Let's go.
You'll get like maybe plus money, maybe like straight even.
Plus 112, I think. Something like
that. Next fight of the night, Jonathan Davis taking on Mason Io Cabelas. This is at 135 here. So we got Jonathan Davis, who is the much more experienced guy at 5-2, although he's only 23 years old. Weighed in at 129 for his last flyweight fight. So the time was to move up to bantamweight, taking on Mason Io Cabelas, Big Daddy Mace. 1-1. Wasn't able to find a lot on him. He does fight on Team Quest. He has fought recently. As of March 27th, he lost by submission in the 3rd round to a 1-0 opponent. Before that, fought in February of 2020, so he's fought during the pandemic. Got a KO in that one, a pretty quick one. Has fought to a lot of decisions in his amateur career, and has a ground and pound finish. So, yeah, he's a Team Quest guy. I mean, I wasn't able to find a lot on him. I found his 24-second knockout. It was, kind of just went in there and landed the first strike he threw. So can't really tell a lot from that. Jonathan Davis, 5-2. Opponent here, the Gentleman. I have been able to see a few of his fights. He's only 23 years old, 5'9", so good, still good length, good size for the division. Playing at 4-ounce Fight Club. Coming off of a win at Fury FC 44 over Chase Easton. Before that, fought at Fury 43 and 42. So he's been pretty active. Beat Rashad Robinson, a guy who I believe I remember watching that fight. I've been able to break down a few times.
Yeah, LFA, all LFA product, I believe.
Okay, that's what I thought. So that's a pretty solid win they had for sure. Had some decent amateur experience as well.
It looks like if your name's Sean Solis, you're going to lose to him.
Yeah, Sean Solis did lose.
He's going to lose to Sean Solis every time he faces him.
Yeah, and Sean Solis is his weakness. This guy's name is not Sean Solis, so therefore I'm going with the Gentleman here.
Way more experience.
Yeah, and I like him coming up to 135. I like moving up in weight as he's only 23 years old. I think that's a good sign. He's not trying to fight the reality and keep sucking out his body and hurting it going down to flyweight. So I like it quite a bit here, the gentleman. Jonathan Davis is my pick.
Yeah, I don't know the odds for this fight, but it looks like Jonathan should be the favorite. The last time I researched Jonathan was against Rashad Robinson, so he looked really good in that fight, and it was ground and pound too. So I'm just scared if it gets to the later rounds, he might get in trouble. But this guy is not; he hasn't really been tested yet. Mason, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. Io Cabelos. And shout out to Bunny. I forgot you missed out last night on our UFC breakdown. If she's still watching,
yeah,
you gotta get in there. Sometimes
she trust me. She let me know she was very upset she couldn't be there. Family.
I was the only one commenting. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. We're working on it. But we're going with the gentleman here.
What are the odds, buddy?
Minus 175 for Jonathan Davis. Pretty surprising.
Well, there you go.
And
throw a unit on that, maybe.
And she's still here. Don't worry.
Yeah, she should. Well. She absolutely should be there every UFC, no matter what. But you know what? Like sometimes priorities, right? There's priorities in life.
Yeah, exactly. She's here for the Fury Breakdown Show live. So shout out to Bunny.
Shout out to that.
Yeah,
and Bare Knuckle starts in 6 minutes. So how many more fights we got?
We're gonna get through them quicker here, but Jonathan, I do like Jonathan Davis as a minus 175. That's a nice parlay piece. Throw it in there with Justin Torres if you just want to do a
Kyler
quick double.
Phillips.
Yeah, exactly. Kyler Phillips. There's lots of good ones here. Next fight, 135. Christian, we got the battle.
Oh, another double Uzi.
And not only that, but Christian Strong. Look at this. He's got a 0-0 record. He does have 2 amateur wins from 2 years ago, at least. Both decisions. But besides that, he's from Washington State. We don't know his last weight. He fought Cabelas MMA.
At least you know his gym. Some people you don't even know their gym.
Yeah, Cameron the sexy one, Cameron Smotherman. We don't know his gym. We don't know how old he is. He's 5'9".
He just got knocked out.
Yeah, he just got knocked out. He's been choked down.
That's literally all I know.
He's been choked down in his amateur career also. He's never faced anybody I've really heard of. Tony Toro is a cool name. I mean, I don't know.
I'll go Cameron just because the guy's making his MMA debut. But
I'll take Christian Strong. Why not?
Just to be polar opposites.
Yeah, just to be opposite. I do have the underdog. I do have the underdog here in plus 155 at plus 155, but I'm not betting a dime on it. So, and I would not.
And Cameron's a young stud. He's only 23. He did just get knocked out, but
we don't know how old Christian is. He could be 21. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, honestly,
he might be a phenom, and we just don't know yet. Like
he might be the next. Oh, I wanted to mention Austin Bache. He's like an extremely good grappler, like Chase Hooper. Somebody just faced him. Oh, it was one of the fights we were just talking. Oh yeah, Mason. I can't say his last name.
Io Cabelas.
He just lost to Austin, and I have no hard feelings about losing to that guy because
so that's
he's probably going to be in the UFC one day.
So it should
Austin Bache. Shout out to Austin.
So it's nearly that could be deceiving 1-1 record there. That could be why it's such close odds. So good information there. Next fight here, I think a potential fight of the night here. I'm really excited for this one. Matt Mooney back in MMA after a little bit of a layoff, but only 27 years old. Matt White Boy Mooney taking on Alex Bet on Black. 2 very good nicknames here.
Yeah, I love it.
Well done, gentlemen. 5
I
and
was
2.
Actually going to say, is that his legit nickname?
White Boy. I mean, look at him. If I saw this picture, I would, and they asked me.
That'd be my nickname.
I'd be like that. Well, I'd also say that I would guess that'd be your nickname. So that adds up. Who am I to talk about as I'm wearing?
But I like Bet on Black too. That's a legitimate nickname as well.
Yeah, I love when you use a pun for your nickname. I'm a big fan.
Adrian Giannis and Randy Costa, right there.
Yes, sir.
Oh well, it's more of like their favorite cheat cheap meal, but
oh man, that's going to be a good fight. I can't wait
yeah, I
for that.
love it.
Matt Mooney, 27 years old, is coming off of a loss in kickboxing, but that was in August of 2016. He's been off since then. Tried to have a fight in 2017. It fell out. I don't exactly know why. Then he tried to come back with Jonathan Taylor in June of 2021, but it was canceled for Rumble into Heat, and now he's facing experienced guy in Alex Black. I was able to go back and watch some of his legacy fights. Gage Duhan, known as the guy who lost the Sage Northcutt, basically. He armbarred him very quickly. It's a very good armbar. Got J.C. Pennington in it as well. J.C. Pennington, a 25-19 veteran, but still, I mean, very, very slick. Slick on the ground, good wrestling. His stand-up's pretty sloppy, throws pretty wild kicks and things like that. I think that part is part of his motivation that he went over to kickboxing, I think, was to maybe get more technical, shore up that aspect, if I had to guess. But he's part that way because he is good on the ground, has good wrestling, and kind of is good at scrambling. And if he does land, I think he can put away his opponent. But Alex Black is really tricky as well with the stand-up and grappling. These guys mirror each other in some ways and are kind of different in others. Alex Black is a southpaw also, so it'll be interesting to see how Matt Mooney handles that. We broke down Alex Black at Fury FC. It was at 46, I believe, is where we researched him last, but 11-6. He's been around for a while, 33, 6 foot, so he's a taller featherweight for sure. Good wrestler as well. These guys really are going to match up well. He is on a 2-fight losing streak, but Ton Lee and Alec Williams, who's fighting later on this card, no shame in either one of those.
And Kevin Aguilar.
Your buddy Raul is back to let you know what team he's on.
What the hell, man? It's supposed to be a team effort here. Team Aaron and MMA Wade. Come on. MMA Wager / Aaron the Dog.
Appreciate you, Raul.
Oh, no. We'll do it alphabetically, okay? Aaron the Dog can go first, and then MMA Wagers. Because we're doing it alphabetically.
We all at this table because Bunny's a part of it as well, of course. But
great. Yeah, she's a great advertiser. Like she's teaching you the ropes.
She's also the reason. She's also the reason. There you go.
Yo, right on, buddy. Right on. Metallica.
Look at Bunny trying to get it spicy before he came back in with it, though.
Oh, damn.
So but
hey,
Alex,
you can really rub this in tomorrow. If Miranda Maverick loses, I give you permission to rub that in.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Cannot wait. But Alex Black, he has been around for a while. He's faced a wide range of competition, not the highest level he's beat, however. Again, but he's tricky. He's got that southpaw stance. He's got the reach. He's got the damn straight. She's a natural. But yeah, I think this is a close fight, but I'm really excited to see Matt Mooney back, man. When I watched that tape, his tape was my favorite tape I got to watch for this weekend, for the Fury FC card, I should say. And yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one, but we got to make adjustments at times here. And we got a man making his first appearance on the channel. But not his first appearance.
Oh, he was on MMA. Yeah, whatever that last.
He was on that last channel, which isn't even existing anymore. But we've got a man who is fighting.
Jacob Silva.
Thank you for ruining my introduction. Jacob motherfucking Silva. What up, sir? Good to see you again. You're unmuted.
Is the volume working? The audio?
No, it's working. My wife was trying to call me.
Oh, there we go, buddy.
No worries. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man.
Jacob Silva, who's fighting this weekend. You're fighting up on the main card. This is just what we do during the breakdowns at this point. We just got savages popping by. Last time you were in your car, looks like you're a little more comfortable this time. Still no shirt on because it's fight week. So why would you be wearing a shirt?
Hey, where's your phone? My wife's trying to call my phone, so she might interrupt us again.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, at this point, do not put the wife on hold for us. But Boston comments here. Bunny saying what up to Mr. Jacob Silva. Boston Comments, one of our big supporters, an absolute legend in the game. But how you, man? How you feeling, man? Happy fight week. Fighting on Sunday.
Yeah,
here.
Sunday.
What's
I'm
up?
just waiting now, man. I got 5 pounds to go, so I'm about to get this last few pounds off, and then try to go to sleep for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on kind of your experience so far with Fury FC as an organization?
Man,
really go ahead.
It's awesome, bro. So I've actually been fighting with them since like Cage Combat. So Cage Combat, that family part, and I've been fighting with them since like Cage Combat 3, actually, and
crazy.
for a long time, man. Yeah. So like me and the owner, Eric Garcia, we go way back, man. And I mean, we fought on some of the cards, on some freaking legacy fighting championship cards together, you know, which is wild if you think about it, So I mean, Fury FC is a great promotion, man. They have great fighters, they have great connections, all around, the U.S. So I mean, it's great to actually fight for them.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your thoughts on Randy Villarreal as an opponent? Have you even looked? How do you approach opponents at this point? Do you do a lot of tape? Do you just kind of listen to your coaches if they take the fight? How do you approach when opponents are brought to you at this stage in your career?
So really, I don't care who my opponent is. I do watch film, but I spend like 1 or 2 days just watching, just looking at grappling matches, looking at look at anything they've done, and I don't really stress about my fighting my opponent's style. I just try to work on trying to make myself better. So Randy, he's a black belt in jits. Kudos to him. That's a big personal achievement. That I wish one day I could get granted my black belt as well. But that doesn't mean anything. We're not starting off on our feet. I mean we're not starting off on our backs. We're starting off on our feet. So it doesn't really matter to me. But once the cage closed, my motto is the same. You're locked up in there with me. It's not the other way around. So,
and you don't get to punch when you're getting that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Also, there's a lot of differences. We've seen brown belts submit black belts in MMA, and there's a reason for that. And it's
Anthony Hernandez versus what's that guy's name?
Rodolfo Vieira.
Rodolfo Vieira.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, anything could happen.
Especially when you got the power in your hands that you have. That still, I think, is the most notable skill that stands out for me, and what changes game plans more than anything. Especially at your weight division, you do not hit like a guy in your weight division. So that is
Jeremy Stevens of the flyweights.
Let's hope he has a better performance than Jeremy Stevens had last time out.
I just want to say, Jacob.
We saw. Did we see our second appearance?
Your daughter?
She's gone. They're gone.
Oh, we scared her off.
Yeah, always scared off.
I just want to say, Jacob, thank you so much for coming on, man. Like I know you're cutting weight and stuff, but like this is a huge opportunity. If you have another performance like you did like a few months ago, do you think you'll get another shot on the Contender Series, or maybe Fury FC will create like a flyweight title for you? Maybe you versus like the next top contender in Fury FC flyweight. What do you think about that?
So I've been talking to my manager, and we're actually trying to get back on the Contender Series. But when I spoke to Dana White, whenever he did his TV show at the last Fury card, he said, I got to win 3 fights. So
okay.
So he didn't say what exactly that meant. He just said, you got to win 3 fights. So
Yeah.
so this will be my second win, after Sunday, and then I plan on getting in there as soon as possible so that I could possibly jump on the Contender Series, maybe October, because
Yeah.
I think the last week of October is their last show.
Yeah, I
So-
got it right here. The very last Contender Series is actually October 12th. So you have till the mid-October.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that I could get a maybe last minute phone call,
Yep.
or take a very short notice a flowery fight for the UFC. So I won't have to go to the Contender Series. But all of those are possible. Anything is possible. So I just got to keep my windows open.
Yeah,
And
just
this is a I just want to say this is a rare stat on my end. I have two fighters with controversial stoppages. There's Bobby Moffett versus Chaz Skelly, which actually got overturned. Bobby Moffett submitted Chaz Skelly in the second round, but it got overturned. And then the other one I have is you versus JP Buys. I said in my notes it's controversial guillotine choke. It's not even a legitimate win in my opinion. I was so rattled, and that fight made me a huge fan of you, man. And I've been watching ever since. And I'm just rooting for you. This Randy he's an experienced fighter, but I think this is a good opportunity for you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, there's no blood, prior to this fight.
No.
I was supposed to fight him in May, but something happened. He got cut. He sent me a message saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, blah blah. Let's try to reschedule." So I'm a man of my word. So I won that fight, and now I rescheduled to fight him.
Yeah, man, you're 6-0 in Fury FC. You can make it 7-0. Every time you've fought in Fury, you've won. So, are you from Texas? You are, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, you're a staple in that promotion, and I'll be tuning in just to watch you fight mainly, man.
Thank you, brother.
It's actually a really good card, though. Have you seen the names on this card? Like Levi, Mowles, Bobby Moffett, Juan Adams.
Juan Adams, Colton England. It's a great card, man. It's a great card.
That's why we're
And
here.
odds got dropped, so it's even better.
It down. This is going to be our breakdown of Jacob Silva's fight. We both do have Jacob Silva in this fight. I have Jacob Silva by finish in the first round. I just think that,
but you can't take this guy lightly at all. Like he's experienced,
not
man.
at all. No. No. This is not a detriment to Villarreal. It's more of a credit to Silva. I really am encouraged that he's not cutting a massive amount of weight here. You look at him; he's completely coherent here. 5 pounds ago, he's just chilling with his family at home. I mean, this is not
last fight. His last fight, he looked so friggin' good, man. You showed your striking and your grappling. You got to display it all in one fight. It was amazing. You knocked the guy down twice. I don't think the guy should have even continued after the first round, but he did. And then you knocked him down again and got the rear naked.
Yeah, and that kid there was a brown belt, So again, it doesn't matter where the fight goes, standing up, on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable,
Yeah, we
You
got
punched him down to a white belt.
Raul also from Houston, giving a little shout out H-Town, hold it down.
Yeah.
Going to a Texas gang. Boston has Silva as well.
Let's go, buddy. I'm so fucking pumped.
Yeah, Aaron the Dog MMA channel is fully behind you here, man. You always got a spot to come back chat with us. I mean, you're coming on Fight Week, so it's just like much respect to you so
He
far.
has to weigh in like 8 hours or something, like 12 hours.
At flyweight.
Yeah,
he's good. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't need us. But we'd love
He's
to keep
got a
chatting
family to take care of. Let's go.
Yeah, we'd love to keep chatting with you, but we know you're still taking care of things at home and taking care of that weight cut. So all the best, Jacob. We'll talk to you after the fight, and we'll watch him on Sunday night. We are FC, but
Yes,
Jacob Silva, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
All right, stay safe.
See you, buddy.
Thanks. All right, bye.
Dude, the man. Second time he's been on. Shout out
That's
to
my boy. That's my boy.
shout out to Brandon, who just has a That's an open line to these guys, and you know.
Hey, I called him up. It was literally today. I contacted him today, and he was down. Like,
I mean, yeah,
that's how confident he is with his weight cut and his performance that he's gonna display on Sunday.
I agree. Just to really quickly go back to the Alex Black and Mooney fight. I have Matt Mooney. I just like he's still only 27 years old, 5'9", really good, really good athleticism, good wrestling too. I get that Alex Black has it. I just think he's a little better. And then Raul just saying, Raul doesn't watch MMA, but he definitely hopes Jacob
I'm in Hawaii
wins.
for a bit.
He's in the Canadian
Ontario.
section.
It's Ontario, Canada. It's hard to believe, but we have sunny weather as well sometimes in Canada.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'll take. I'm not going to touch that fight. What were the odds, buddy?
The odds are minus 185 on Matt Mooney, plus 155 on Alex Black. I was hoping that with Matt Mooney having the extended layoff that I was going to get a little break there, but unfortunately not.
Alex
I do think
Black looks like Spike Carlisle a bit.
He doesn't fight like him though. He fights very composed and like.
He's not as reckless.
Yeah, and but it should be a close fight. Alex Black can easily squeak out a decision there at the southpaw wrestler. But we're gonna move on here. Next fight, I don't know a whole lot about.
I'll be right back, okay?
Great. 170, Morgan Orihi taking on Kennen Jackson. Kennen Jackson fighting Jackson Winklejohn, 28 years old, New Mexico product, 2-0 is the Lion, 5'9", 170-pounder here. And he, again, fighting Jackson Winklejohn 2-0 or 3-0, 2-0, has a win over Eric Silva in grappling, however, and 2 wins, one by KO, although it was in the Jackson Wink fight organization. Then he won at LFA 108 of the Friend Rodriguez card. I remember he was on there against a 3-1 Blaine Richards. Put together a really good overall MMA game plan, I agree, man. In Canada, you can just leave your shit out and like not even have to worry, Raul. It ain't like here in the fucking States. But yeah, Kennen Jackson, very well rounded MMA product for sure. Has a good amateur record as well at 6-1. Has some knockouts and submissions there. Taking on the 3-1 Morgan Orihi. It will be the second straight 3-1 opponent he's faced. But Morgan looks like a cool guy. Has a nice Tapology picture. He is 36 years old, 6'2", so there's a significant height and reach. There's a significant height and reach advantage. Watch out, Brandon. But definitely for the Yoga Flame, Morgan is known as. That's interesting, fighting out war training. And, of course, Chico would bark when I don't. All right. Brandon, go ahead and take over for a second while I go get Chico.
Okay, what's the fight? Okay, we got Kennen Jackson. I think this was the Jackson Wink fighter I was talking about earlier. Let me double check. I know there's a Jackson Wink protege.
It is. I went over that.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And that pretty much tells me all I need to know. I probably will be taking Kennen. Morgan, I don't have much research on. He's 36 at this point, fighting at 170.
He's a Fury. He's a Fury staple, man. All of his pro fights have come in Fury.
So he's 3-1 in Fury.
3-1 in Fury, with his last 2 coming by KO via his knees. He's got some very good Muay Thai.
Oh my God! Yes, I twittered this guy. This guy looks insane. He's a wild card. He's cannot underestimate him. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm going with Morgan here, actually.
Yeah.
I like.
It depends on the odds, but like Kennen is a staple at Jackson Wink nowadays. If you guys didn't see, Ludacris just trained there. So if Ludacris is training there, Kennen Jackson is going to win. Come on.
Yeah, no, I know. It'd be great to see Morgan come out there and land, but Kennen is legit. Oh,
don't be stealing my phone, boys.
Yeah, Chico was trying to warn you.
The chipmunk almost stole it. There's a chipmunk. We have like 2 chipmunks. They always come up and We got Peanuts. Like, I'll show you, like, literally on my head. He came on my head. But yeah, they're very friendly around here in Ontario.
Look at Raul's all of a sudden Team Brandon.
Buddy, I get so many compliments on this shirt. My favorite top 3 favorite bands. Metallica.
Man. But
yeah, so the odds are heavily on Kennen, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Kennen is a very heavy minus 315 favorite. I'm not touching it because Morgan, the way he wins this is a knee as Kennen shooting in for a takedown or something. Like,
I think I might have already touched it. I don't know.
Okay. Did you go with Kennen?
No, I have Justice, Torres, and Josh Walker, which we'll be talking about Josh Walker.
Yep.
But yeah, I might not touch this. Maybe take a flyer on Morgan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone. It's just gonna be a pass. This feels similar to the first fight to me, where it's the much older 36-year-old opponent here, but it's kind of just a wild card, a very different kind of wild card here. But I'm excited for this fight. I think this could be a very exciting fight. 3-1 versus 2-0. Like, you never really know.
Whenever Morgan Aurore fights, I think it's gonna be exciting based off the highlights I've seen.
Yeah, definitely. Next fight here, your boy Juan Adams, 6-3, taking on a guy in Eric Lunsford, who's 5-2. We got 29 versus 31. Paradigm Training Center for Juan Adams. Both guys are going to be pushing that heavyweight limit. So that this is very unpredictable, I think. Even though it says on Tapology Juan Adams has a fight against Richard Odoms coming up next month.
I don't like that.
I definitely don't like that, especially when the guy he's facing in this fight is not like a pushover at all in Eric Lunsdorf.
No.
Eric Lunsford, I should say.
He's getting the Hamza Chimaev treatment.
Yep. Texas product, 6'3". He did lose to – I loved seeing this, by the way. Did you know are you familiar with Richard Hale? Rich Hale?
No.
New breed used to be an old school Bellator fighter back in the day, had an inverted triangle. Wayne, go ahead and Google Rich Hale inverted triangle.
22-7 veteran.
Yeah, he's a veteran of the game, and he lost to him by strikes, but Richard Hale is still doing the damn thing. So that's not really a bad loss at all. Before that,
he lost to Blagoy Ivanov, Alexander Volkanovski. He's got some really good competition. He is 36, but he's fighting at heavyweight.
He's fighting at heavyweight.
He still has another 5 years left in him.
Yeah. But yeah, Raul, great. Appreciated you stopping by, man. Shout out to Raul, great dude, huge film fan, and just stopping by simply to support. I can't appreciate that enough.
I know. I'm trying to block the sun, literally, like with my fucking noggin. But
you look at Lunsdorf, the first 4 fights of his career, albeit against not great competition, all KOs inside of 3 minutes. He did get KO'd by Vernon Lewis, not a terrible loss at all. Again, another KO of an 0-1 guy. It's just Eric Lunsford hasn't really faced anybody of note and beat anybody of note. All his wins are against pretty much cans. Juan Adams has the experience here. He should be able to take this one. We all should know Juan Adams, the Kraken, at this point. Came into the UFC pretty hyped up, 6'5", 81-inch reach. Never really delivered in the UFC. Did have a win over Chris De La Rocha. He beat Sean Teed to get into UFC, but lost to Arjun Buller, Greg Hardy, Justin Tafa. Got a win in Fury in his return back in May. Looked good against Jeremy Hardy. Should get another knockout here, Juan Adams.
Another Jackson Wink protege right here. This is what I'm talking about. Jackson Wink has like 2 or 3 fighters on here. I think they're going to shine. I don't know much about Eric Lunsford, but thank you, Aaron, for letting me know about that one pretty legitimate win over a veteran. So is this Eric's Fury FC debut?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. And I know Juan fought in Fury even before his UFC debut. So, yeah, we got 2 big Texans going at it here. Honestly, you can't really be too heavy on either side with these big fighters who have both been knocked out previously in their careers. But yeah, I'm gonna side with Juan Adams. He lost to Greg Hardy that fight was like, I don't know what Juan was doing. I think he might have got star-stricken, or
Yeah, I
I think
think
the
he
lights
just
got to him.
yeah he froze up. I
He
agree.
just froze, and he lost to Arjun Bueller, who's the friggin' one championship heavyweight champion right now.
Yep.
He lost to Justin Tappa, who's a mean man. A mean man. I think that's his nickname. I'm a mean man.
Yeah, but anyways,
He's a bad man. Bad man.
there's no betting Juan Adams here, minus 610.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, we have so many other options on here with better value.
Yeah, he's just he's too recognized of a name at this point.
Yeah,
And
that's why the odds are inflated.
yeah, and it's just when you've got a guy with 5 knockouts going against a guy who's been knocked out, he's a plus 480. If anything, bet the dog. Otherwise, just leave it alone. But we've seen this with, was it Trevor Wallace in the LFA a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Was that the guy who lost to, I don't remember who it was, but like a 7-5 heavyweight.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to win for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So it's low level heavyweights. We're gonna pick it up here a little bit. 145, Alec Murasatto taking on Yadier del Valle. I was able to watch Yadier's fights. Alec, I was not able to find his fights, but he's been very active. All of his fights have come in the last year or so. So he's 3-0, having one fight come last year at 2022. Fights coming in 2021. I like the activity. Has a submission over Tyson Southern on 1-1 guy. Yadier del Valle has been off for a couple years, 2-0, however. Very well-rounded guy. Did get a submission from his back in his last fight against Alonso Sanchez, who was a 3-0 opponent. Alonso Sanchez also had a ton of experience as an amateur. That was a really good win for him. Del Valle showed off his striking. Had long left that was really connecting really well. He did get taken down after dominating for a while, though, but he was able to submit from his back. But that is a possible route to victory for Alec, to get on top and hold on and not get submitted. So I'm a little worried about that, but I like Del Valle in this situation. He's really solid. He's been off for a couple years, but his stand-up is legit. He's got the power advantage. I like Del Valle.
Yeah, battle of the undefeateds. Somebody's always got to go. Even in amateur, both these guys have been undefeated, so it's hard to side on one confidently. I'm gonna just pass on this fight. I literally have no information on these fighters.
I like Gracie Barra as a gem as well.
Yeah, I think there's a few Gracie Baja fighters on this card, so I do like the 24-year-old. He turns 25 July 29th, so he has a birthday on the way. Yep. But Eric Murasatto is 3-0, so it's hard to count him out. Both these guys are flawless. So, yeah, I might just pass on this. What are the odds looking like?
Yadier is a minus 170. I'm okay with that. Doing a double up with one of the favorites on here as well. But yeah, I would tread lightly on it. I think it's close. Next fight here is at 135. Jonathan Island taking on Josh Walker. Josh Walker's got the Chuck Norris. Island.
Yeah. He shouldn't have that.
Island's coming up from bantamweight here, fighting on T-Web, a Louisiana MMA product here, 4-2 overall for the 5'8", now featherweight here, taking on Josh Walker, coming off 2 straight losses, albeit to Brandon Davis and Cody Freeman. Not terrible losses at all. Before that, had beat nobody, a 0-13 guy in there as well, and fought mostly at By UFC. I like Josh Walker here. He's 3-0. Albeit, and he does have the Chuck Norris picture, but fighting out of war training camp, a few fighters fighting out of there tonight, has a grappling win as well. Just seems to be the fighter who has more the ability to control with regards to the grappling. So that's where I like him to go with this fight and take it. But I didn't look into this one a ton. Do you have any thoughts on this fight?
Just before I talk about this, is there a Jesus Aguilar fighting on this card? I don't think so.
No.
Jesus Aguilar?
Nope.
Maybe it got scrapped because the Iridium fight team has him as part of the fighters competing on this card. But yeah, Aroot we talked about. I think you like the opposite. Josh Walker is also part of this clan. Cameron Smotherman. Did you have Cameron?
For which fight? Sorry.
The Cameron Smotherman fight
For the Smotherman fight,
and Christian Strong.
I took Christian Strong.
Okay, Cameron Smotherman's also part of the group that's fighting that day.
Okay.
Who else? And Josh Walker. So I'm taking Josh Walker. I think he's in a good spot here. 3-0 versus a 4-2.
Totally
Yeah,
fair.
I don't think we have to spend too much time
No,
on this.
we're gonna keep it moving here. We already did cover Jacob Silva and Randy Villarreal. Randy Villarreal, a 10-12 opponent, although he's
What were the odds with Walker and Jonathan Eline?
The odds with Walker and Jonathan. Walker is a -300. I don't hate that at all here.
No, that's another parlay piece. Everybody,
I think that's a good parlay piece. I agree. Jacob Silva and Randy Villarreal. We covered Randy Villarreal as a 10-12 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Silva's going to get the knockout here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Silva is a
submission. Club and sub, buddy. Club and sub.
Silva is the -320 favorite. That's another parlay piece. So go ahead and parlay those up together.
With Taylor Starling tonight.
Yep, with Taylor Starling. She's going to be fighting very soon here. Next fight.
Her odds are almost -500 now.
I know, it's crazy. Well, she's great though, man.
I think Aaron the dog YouTube
I blew her up
the word.
I blew her up too much with my 85 views on that video. Derek Campos taking on Bobby Moffett at 155.
Love it. What is this? This is a Fury FC fight? What's going on here?
This is a crazy Fury FC fight. Derek Campos, the Texas legend here, only 33 years old, taking on the MMA lab product and Bobby Moffett. We know these guys pretty well, but this is a really close fight. 13-6 Bobby Wolfman Moffett, coming off of 3 straight losses, unfortunately, but those losses coming to Bryce Mitchell, Enrique Barzola by split, and Bubba Jenkins. So
who he won a round against, Bubba.
Exactly.
He almost got that friggin' Darce, man, in the 3rd round. If Bubba didn't do that acrobatic handstand flip over, Bobby Moffett was going to win that in round 3. And we know Bobby can go all 3 rounds strong.
Right, and he's got some solid wins over guys like Nate Jennerman, TJ Brown, Jacob Kilburn's an okay win.
Yeah.
Just some solid wins.
These are really good.
Dan Moret is another good win.
Tony Barsolos he lost to? Wow.
Right. I think this is going to be a really good fight. Derek Campos, but he is coming up to 155. He's been at 145. Derek Campos came up from 145 a couple fights ago, or one fight ago against Keanu Diggs, got rear naked choked at the end of the 3rd round in a good back and forth fight there. No shame there. I think this is an extremely close fight, but Campos has been on a little bit of a skid over the last few years. 1 win in his last 6. That coming to Daniel Strauss, however, so very good win, and the losses coming to Pedro Calvillo, Sam Sicilia, Patricky Pitbull, AJ McKee Jr., and Keanu Diggs. So not all guys I rate as high or higher than Bobby Moffett, other than Sam Sicilia. I think this is a close fight. It's one of the hardest ones to call of the night, and one of the ones where I know the most about the guys. I think it's just a really close fight. I'm going to go with Bobby Moffett, however. I think that coming up to 155 will be an advantage for him more so with regards to the cardio, and I just feel like Campos has taken a lot of damage and been in a lot of wars for 33, and I think it's caught up to him a little bit. So I got Moffett here. You there, buddy? I think that you froze. So we're going to move on. Moffett is the minus 180 favorite. We'll see what happens with wagers as we go on here, but we're going to keep on keeping on. Just real quick, get to – by the way, I realized I missed the 125 Ramiro, Ruiz, Castillo versus Joey Elizea 125 fight, so let me go to that real quick. Brandon says – it's okay. We got each other. It's all right. We're going to get through this. Brandon's trying to connect, but it says his device isn't connected. So we're just going to keep going. Ramiro, Ruiz, Castillo taking on Joey Elizea. Joey Elizea 6-1, taking on the 5-3 Mexican Ramiro, Ruiz, Castillo. Another Catalyst MMA product in Joey. I like Joey a lot in this in this spot here. And just going to the odds, Joey is a minus 210 favorite, plus 170 on his opponent Ruiz. I just think that Joey Catalyst, he is coming off a loss back in February of 2019, but has a couple of heel hooks, some arm bar. I think he's going to be the superior grappler in this spot. So there we go. And here we go. Hey, welcome back. We missed you.
I know. I had so much to say about that Derek Campos fight too. I was ready to fire off all these stats, and we got kind of interrupted.
It's okay. And I just realized we had skipped over the Ramiro, Ruiz, Castillo, Joey Elizea fight. I do like Joey Elizea, another Catalyst MMA guy on this card, a good grappler as well, and minus 210. I think that he should be able to take that over the Mexican product there. But we skipped over that when I was going to there. I do have Moffett.
Over that fight.
I do have Moffett. Who do you have between Moffett?
Yeah, I like Bobby Moffett here for sure. He's training with Kyler Phillips.
Yep.
Eddie Chaw Camp at MMA Fight Ready Fight Ready MMA. And Bobby Moffett has only lost to the best. I think it was Hani Barcelos we saw, Bubba Jenkins, where he almost cashed as a big underdog. Bryce Mitchell, who might be a contender at 145. So I love the losses he has. I know that doesn't sound good. I love your losses, but it's MMA, and you're gonna lose, and it's better to lose to very good opposition and look competitive than to. I just think it's something to keep in mind. So I really
minus 190 on Moffett. Another
and they're both making their Fury FC debuts.
Yeah, and minus 190, another parlay piece there for me. We got on to co-main event here.
Campos was 9-9 in Bellator. That's the last thing I want to say.
What was that?
Derek Campos was 9-9 in Bellator.
Yep, and I
so
mean his best win was his last win though over Daniel Strauss. So
and he's only lost to good opposition, just like Bobby Moffett. So
and it's in Texas. The side crowd's definitely going to be on Campos' side for sure. So co-main event, very good fight here. Levi Mowles, a regional just staple, 14-4 bantamweight out of Texas here, taking on Taruto Ishihara. At one point, this guy was like had somewhat of a run in the UFC.
I think he got a lot of attention for hitting on the ring girls.
Yeah, but he also had a pretty good knockout of somebody, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he got like 2 straight knockouts, and everybody thought he was.
Look at that picture. Look at this picture of Yashabo.
He's all about the woman.
Yeah, he is on a 4-fight losing streak, though. He's not about the wins lately. 4-fight losing streak coming to guys like Jose Alberto Quinones. Yikes. He did lose to Peter Yan. I think that was Peter Yan's UFC debut. Wang Hong Kang, decent guy.
Fighting next week.
And then got cut by the UFC. Fought in January of this year and lost to Kasum Sona, a 23-20 guy in Shuto. So not a great loss. Got heel hooked very quickly in a grappling competition at Submission Circus in May of this past year. The momentum's not been on his side. One win since 2016. And that was against Rolando Dai. Levi
Another
Mowles.
UFC bet that I don't think he even got a win in the UFC.
Yeah, Levi Mowles. I think this is the time for him. He's making that rise. Only 26 years old. It's kind of crazy with the amount of guys he's fought and how long it feels like he's been around. Fighting out Fitness Factory. Definitely one of the highest ranked prospects in Texas, coming off of a win back in October of James Gonzalez by decision. He's definitely known for that wrestling, grappling. Lost a very competitive bout to Raytheon Stotts back in LFA, where the winner basically went on to bigger and better things. But it was a good fight. It was
dude, his record's insane, man. His record is so good.
Yeah, and Stotts still has one loss.
Look at the wins he has.
Yeah, the other losses for Levi came to Damon Jackson, no shame there. Miles Johns, definitely no shame there, and Tony Kelly by split. He also has wins over guys like Jimmy Flick. Has wins, has good, very good solid wins.
Jose Johnson.
Jose Johnson, Ray Trujillo, Ahmet Carretti, just goes in there and grapples, wears you down, and then submits.
James Gonzalez, yeah.
Carlos Vera is a guy I actually ran into at the airport before I knew who he was, and really nice. Good guy, but a good Muay Thai guy. We beat a couple fights ago at 8-2. I love Levi Mowles in this fight. I just think Levi Mowles is going to ground, pound, and then get the submission in round 2 or 3. But I like Levi Mowles a lot here. I don't see what Ishihara is going to have to keep him off of him. Yeah,
I'm just worried because we're not talking about Taruto too much here. We're all on Levi. He really should get the job done though.
Minus 335 favorite.
Aaron and I were talking about Levi earlier in the week. Actually, we're both very high on him. He should have already had a contender series fight or like a championship fight. He should have had a short notice fight in the UFC. I don't understand why he hasn't, but he's making the right steps. The last time he fought was October. Sorry, November. No, October 29th, 2020. So, he had 2 fights in 2020. Yeah. So Taruto hasn't fought. Oh, he actually just had a fight this year, January 30th, but he lost by a unanimous decision.
And then he got heel hooked in a grappling bout in May.
Yeah. Yeah, so all I see is L's and that one win against Rolando Dai. Aaron and I are really high on Levi. I hope he doesn't shoot us in the foot here, but
I'm not worried, and I think even at minus 335, I'm okay with him as a parlay piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look for weigh-in photos, but Levi, honestly, he should already be in the UFC in my opinion.
And frankly, I do think this is a card where 4 to 5 parlay pieces are going to be able to come in.
That's why I'm so happy Fury dropped odds.
Yeah, and coming out on Sunday, it's a really good way to finish your week strong. Put a couple of your strong reads on BKFC as well as UFC here. But good co-main event. But I like Levi. Levi wins and gets either a UFC bout or a contender series bout.
And we should get Levi on the podcast maybe one week.
Yeah, we'll see. But we're going to go to the main event here, finish off here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Alec Williams taking on Colton England. We did go a little over an hour here because we did have Jacob Silva stop in, but it's been a really fun show. Fury, shout out to Fury. Really great card to break down here. Colton England taking on Alec Williams at lightweight here in the main event. Colton England, the white assassin. A lot of guys who are white liking to point out that they're white on this card. So a little bit weird.
We're just going to do this breakdown, okay? Is that all right?
Yeah. I mean, he'll interrupt me less at least. But Colton England, 8-3. He is the white assassin, 5'9", 68.5-inch reach, very short reach, fighting on Metro Fight Club. That is Jacob Silva's fight camp, so I wish we would have asked him a little bit about that. He weighed in at 162 for his last lightweight fight, however, so that is kind of a little bit of a red flag for me. He did fight in May of this year, but he missed weight significantly. He beat Kenneth Glenn by decision. Kenneth Glenn is very, tricky very tricky guy, tough to beat. Kenneth Glenn, we got to see against Will Morris at 45, and he got the win there. But Colton England looked really good in that fight, looked really heavy, but he also had a 7-pound weight advantage in the fight. So that might have been why. Before that, beat Rusty Turley. James Prescott, a 7-1 opponent, was supposed to face Lavelle Simpson. Lavelle Simpson, that fight got canceled. Has a loss to Gage Duhan, not a great loss. Alec Williams, 7-2 here. We talked about him a little bit earlier on here, but he's very, very solid lightweight here. Did weigh in at the lightweight limit in his last fight when he beat Alex Black, where he broke him down, got the second round finish. He did lose in his Bellator appearance very quickly to Mando Nallo. Got head kicked very quickly in that fight. Alex England, or Colton England, I was saying, he did look very good, but he missed weight by 7 pounds in his last fight. But he beat Richard. But he beat Richard Glenn, who's he's a very tough guy. Richard Glenn beat Will Morris, who we were pretty heavy on in that fight, if I recall correctly.
And Glenn came in short notice for that fight as well.
Yeah, and Glenn doesn't do a lot of offense. It's just hard to hit him. He makes it very hard for you to hit him. And England did get quite a bit of offense off in that fight as it went. But
I don't have a good read on this fight, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Alec Williams also has a lot of good offense. I think this is a super close fight. I think this is one of the closest fights of the night, and I think it's interesting. It's a main event.
Is it 5 rounds or for a championship?
No, it's 3 rounds. I'm pretty sure.
It is. Yeah. I'll take Colton England, but I'm not extreme. I honestly, I'd rather just watch this fight as a fan. Yeah. Maybe I'll put Colton in a big parlay, and then if that's the last leg, I'll hedge with Alec Williams.
And I'm leaning towards Alec Williams actually. A plus 145 underdog. I really do like the spot for him. I wouldn't like either of these guys in parlays, so betting a dog straight up, I'm okay with. Plus 145 to end the night. We'll see how I'm doing, but I think I like Alec Williams in this fight. Coming off of those 2. I get the Mando Nallo fight lasted 18 seconds, but
Mando's good, man. He's
right,
a lot
and he was preparing for a guy in Rat Garbage, who is really, really solid. And Coach,
I think Aaron and I both have odds available on Bodog.
Yeah, so odds are available on Bodog. Bovada is where we're doing Coach Copley. But I believe 5 Dimes also has odds, depending on where you're at.
And hit me up if you guys want Octagon picks. I did research. I got a few good leans. So MMA wagers, I'll let you know.
Yep. So that is going to conclude our Fury FC 48 card betting breakdown show. We also did have Jacob Silva, who is fighting on the fight card this weekend, stop in. So that's why we went a little over an hour, but 15 fights
to end the weekend.
Yeah, seriously, really, really fun. Bunny, as always, you are the best, joining us for this entire breakdown.
Thank you, Bunny, for joining.
Yeah, you are the reason this channel exists. Literally, I would not have started this channel if it wasn't for her.
She's the water and sunlight on the garden.
Well said, man. You should have just texted me that so I could have said that. But for Aaron of Aaron the Dog MMA, Brandon of MMA Wagers,
and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. It's right there.
Yeah, we're up to 80.
We're every friggin' week.
We're on the road to 100 here. Shout out. There you go. There we go.
That just came to my head.
All right. You're not making it any better. I'm going to cut this off before you steal my girl here. But for Aaron of Aaron the Dog MMA, Brandon MMA Wagers.
And Luna. MMA Wagers and Luna. Don't forget.
God damn. He cannot stop from interrupting. It is Brandon's talent.
She's saying bye.
Fucking
Thank you, Aaron.
Goodbye, everybody.
Let's go watch some bare knuckle fights.
Have a great night. Keep taking care of each other out there. Peace out.
Peace.